Hey everybody, welcome back to my Ultimate Beginners course or guide, and we're going right back to the basics, and we're learning our open chords, which are also known as cowboy chords, played in the open position of the guitar, which is your first three frets here, the lowest three frets, right? As we look at a guitar, this is not up, as we would think it would be. This is down. Up, if you bring everything up, you're going this way on the guitar. Your strings are 1 to 6, bottom to top. Okay? All right. Going to look at the E minor, very important chord. Along with the A minor that we have learned, we now have our two most used minor chords in the open position that will help form tens of thousands of songs for you moving forward. Okay? Our E major chord is simple for a few ways, is that we only have to fret 2 notes and we can play, just like our E major, we can play every string, so we don't have to worry about where we start our strumming. Okay? So if you remember, we fingered our E chord this way, right? Now, and we played all the strings, so that's our E major chord. To play an E minor chord, you just take your first finger off. Now you've got E minor. How easy is that? Okay. There is a difference in the tonal output. The E minor is like a haunting, where the E major is, hey, how you going? We're having a party. Okay. Haunting. We're having a party. That's one way to look at it. Okay. So once again, you are the same as the E major. You are using these 2 fingers. You've got your fat finger on the 5th string, which is the A string, and you've got right underneath, you follow in there with your ring finger. Okay. Now, could you play it the other way around? Absolutely, of course you could. The only thing with that, I see a lot of people doing it, and there's really no reason why you can't. As long as you get used to the fact that when you transition to other chords, your mind knows how many, sort of subconsciously, how many strings you have to go up or down to move from one chord to another. But I guess there's really no reason why you couldn't play your E that way. 3 little successive. Right? But we're going to play it traditionally. So there's my E major, take off my ring finger, my pinky's not involved, and there's my E minor, okay? And like all of these chords, they can be played later in your guitar playing up the neck in the form of a bar chord, okay? And others, but you don't have to worry about that at this stage. You may never have to worry about it at all, okay? It's how far do you want to go with guitar playing? And like me or many of us, we're just happy sitting around our kitchens, around the campfire at the cottage, in your backyard with friends. You just whip out the guitar and you want to lay down a few chords to get people to sing along to a favorite song. And if that's the case, you will never need to know more than all of the open chords, or any combination of the open chords that I've just demonstrated to you. All right? You will find that some chords are used more than others. Absolutely. And you will find you will start to prefer to play chords in a certain key, which is like a family of chords. So for example, in the key of E, all right? We have E, we have A, we have B, we have D, right? We can play within that family any combination of those chords without venturing into other territory like the key of C or G or whatever, okay? So that's kind of coming up next on what I recommend you do with these chords that you're learning. But before we get there, what you have to do now is tie this all together. And that's what this next and last video of this Ultimate Beginners series will talk about.